Coming up on Channel 8 News, Fake Patty's Day is this weekend in Manhattan, and while students are getting ready to celebrate, the Riley County Police Department has been making several safety precautions for the holiday. Plus, we'll see how locals have taken advantage of the warmer weather to train and prepare for upcoming spring and summer events. And we'll see how long the construction off of Kimball Avenue will last.
The weather right now is about 46 degrees in Manhattan. It's a little bit windy, but perfect. Back to you.
This is KKSU-LD, covering Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills, broadcasting in high definition from Kansas State University. You're watching Channel 8 News.
Good morning and welcome to Channel 8 News. I'm Emma Wiley. Today we'll be hearing from a few Kansas State students about the financial struggles they have faced and more about a new locally sourced cafe that is supporting local farmers and businesses. It may be time to start your spring gardens. More on that later in the show. Road closures are nothing new for Manhattan residents. The latest construction added to the list is Kimball Avenue. Channel 8's Carter Schaefer has more on the story.
An area that's seen its fair share of construction, Kimball Avenue is closed for the next 6 to 7 months. It's the 13th part of the North Campus Corridor project, the second to last leg in a decade-long project expanding roadways near K-State athletic buildings and the BioAgro Defense Facility.
Kimball Avenue was undersized and it was over capacity, runs about 22 to 24,000 vehicles a day. We also had about 250 accidents in that corridor, including 7 deaths. So from a engineering geometric city standpoint, we really needed to make improvements on Kimball because of just the volume of accidents.
Construction of Kimball Avenue extends about 1,000 feet, starting at Gate 9 to the K-State athletic facilities and extending all the way down to Denison Avenue. But the construction may go beyond that in the coming months.
After the intersection's done and opened in August, we'll start working down Denison, where we add a signal at the entrance to NBAF, and then we also add a lane for southbound Denison, so we can carry that capacity down into campus.
Associate Athletic Director for Event Operations, Brian Cordell, said K-State Athletics has a good working relationship with the city, RCPD, and K-State Police to plan each phase of construction. He says while the work is not ideal, the end product will be worth it.
I had discussions with the city going into it and tried to push this one back as far as we could into the basketball season while also looking ahead to football season and when to have the road open by the time we get to late August.
In Manhattan, Carter Schaefer, Channel 8 News.
Stand by. Once the project is completed, improvements include dedicated turn lanes and traffic signal and crosswalk innovations. Visit the City of Manhattan's website for more information. For almost 20 years, Fake Patty's Day celebration has been a staple for Kansas State student body. However, with Aggieville, the town center for entertainment, no longer sponsoring the event, how are local businesses preparing for the holiday? Channel 8's Noah Burcham has more.
Even though Aggieville has stopped sponsoring Fake Patty's Day, certain Aggieville businesses still put a lot of time into preparing for the large influx of people that travel to Manhattan that day.
From staffing, they've got to be really revved up, to do those things. I've seen those places before. Bring back employees that haven't worked there in 4 years, but they've always worked Fake Patty's Day, and they come back and work, because they kind of know it. They have an idea of how to do that.
While some Aggieville businesses see their revenue skyrocket, not all businesses experience this.
Somebody may just say, okay, I'm a hair salon, and if my customers can't, they don't want to drive down here today. We're not, they're not going to see it.
As for police presence in Aggieville, there will be some, but nothing like the police presence in the neighborhoods. Riley County Police Department declined to give an interview about their plan for the day.
All the businesses know down here that there'll be a significant police presence, and which is fine. I mean, because we're about safety and security, but we also know that a lot of their attention is in the neighborhoods.
Cook also said this has the potential to be a triple game day weekend for the participating businesses. In Manhattan, Noah Birchman, Channel 8 News.
Even though Aggieville is no longer sponsoring the faux holiday, the impact on local businesses is still at an all-time high for these store owners. Students are gearing up for spring break as they continue to look forward to the week off. Channel 8's Sophie Smith talked to the students about their excitement for a break from school.
As K-State students are quickly approaching these last few busy weeks, I'm here at the K-State Student Union asking them what they're doing for spring break and how they're preparing for that week off.
This week and last week, it's been crazy. I've been so busy. I was in the basement of my dorm until 4 a.m. last night doing work.
I'm working on a project for architecture, and I'm trying to get that done before spring break so that I can hang out with my friends and have a fun time.
These last 2 weeks have been super busy cramming for spring break. There's a lot of tests the week before, the Friday before, but I'm super excited. I'm going to the beach with my friends, so that'll be fun and to have a nice break away from school.
I'm going to take advantage of this spring break, try to have a good time, enjoy myself. Because like I said, I
my friends and I are going to Destin, which I've never been to Destin before, so I'm super excited. We're driving, so that should be interesting, but we're all super excited to stay together and get tan, hopefully.
I am going down to Anna Maria Island in Florida. It's about an hour south of Tampa. My grandparents live down there. We have like a dock and a boat that we have access to and just can go out in the water and fish and just enjoy it.
I'm going to actually be going back home to Texas, and I'm meeting up with a bunch of friends back there, and then we're all going to go to one of their grandparents' ranch and just kind of have a fun time there.
You can find K-State students everywhere this spring break, from on a beach to staying here in Manhattan enjoying this warm weather. But one thing's for certain, that they will all be relaxing. For Channel 8 News, I'm Sophie Smith.
Spring break will take place from March 11th through the 15th. A new family-owned local business is turning to a local vendor for all their needs. Every dish at the Parkside Station tells us a story of Kansas pride utilizing ingredients sourced right from the region. They use beef out of Onega, Kansas, locally gathered honey, and coffee roasted in Wamego. Using locally sourced ingredients welcomes a sense of community and is one of the many reasons patrons love the experience.
This was my first time at the Parkside Station, and I really enjoyed the environment and the vibe, and they had really great coffee. I love that everything is locally sourced. I think it just helps with the community and everything and just brings everyone together.
For more information about the Parkside Station, you can check out their socials at Parkside Station on both Facebook and Instagram. We'll hear more about the financial struggles students have experienced on-campus living costs. Plus, the director for Cat's Cupboard is in studio to speak more about the affordable food source for students. That's next.
You ready?
If you can keep up.
We're gonna do this?
Yeah, let's do it.
I got a job interview today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Whatever you do, don't drop it.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, so the first third of the runway.
Deviation left of course approved. Bobcat 1-2, proceed when able.
cost of living is on the rise, causing some students to be financially unstable. Channel 8's Sophie Daly has the story.
With inflation increasing at a rapid rate, some K-State students are finding themselves in financial distress. Essentials such as groceries and gas have jumped in price and continue to increase. The state of Kansas minimum wage is $7.25 per hour, an amount that hasn't been adjusted since 2010. Even with part-time jobs, students are having to find ways to cut back on costs to make ends meet.
Some ways that I like to save my money is every week I go out with like my friends or roommates and we all grocery shop together and just get what we need for the week, and then we make our meals at home most every night.
A resource for students to cut back on expenses is Cats Cupboard, a food pantry that provides groceries and personal hygiene items to students at no cost. But it isn't just personal bills that are taking a toll on student finances. Kansas State University is also raising rates, such as on-campus living costs and department fees.
K-State's Division of Financial Services is located in Anderson Hall and is a great resource for students struggling with finances, including tuition and personal bills.
We encourage everybody to fill out the FAFSA. The FAFSA allows us to see how much need that you have, to see if you qualify for grants or other types of aid that we can further assist you. But we also encourage students to meet with our office.
The Division of Financial Assistance at K-State also has an emergency relief fund for students with an immediate financial need due to a crisis matter. In Manhattan, Sophie Dilly, Channel 8 News.
For more information on K-State financial aid, you can visit their website at kstate.edu/SFA. Students and faculty and staff at K-State that struggle with food insecurity and financial struggles have access to Cats Cupboard Food Pantry on campus. Channel 8's Parker McGowan joins us live in studio with more from their director, Parker.
Thanks, Emma. I'm here with Director of Cats Cupboard, Shelly Williams, to talk more on what people in need on campus have access to. Shelly, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Parker. Glad to be here.
First question for you. What is your guys' mission and main goals at Cats Cupboard?
Great question. So the mission of Cats Cupboard is to provide K-Staters with access to nutritious, culturally appropriate food and support through initiatives that promote health, success, well-being, and a food-secure future. The main goal of Cats Cupboard is to ensure that every K-State student, no matter their background or circumstance, has access to food to empower them to live a healthy, active lifestyle.
That's some great goals for you. What types of foods and goods do you guys provide for those students and staff that is in need here at K-State?
So glad you asked.
Yes.
We actually have an assortment of shelf-stable food, but also refrigerated, frozen foods, and even fresh fruits and vegetables. So I brought a couple examples. We got
Perfect.
apples and potatoes. We've got Nutri-Grain bars, cereal, all kinds of goodies.
All kinds of
lentils.
options right here.
Absolutely.
So those of you that are watching, I mean, if you have anything that you need and you're in need, go ahead and go to the Cats Cupboard. Look at all these options that you have access to.
And they're all free. All free to students that are enrolled in at least one credit hour or more. And you're able to shop Monday through Friday.
And yes, that's the kicker. And one more question for you. Several students struggle financially. Why is Cats Cupboard a good option for these students?
That is such a great question. And I actually want to make sure to give this voice to the students who access our services. So on our most recent guest satisfaction survey, students reported 91% of students reported that access to Cats Cupboard improved their overall well-being. And a direct quote from one of them, more than financial stress, I think what Cats Cupboard provides is the ease to access. It is walking distance from any part of campus.
Thank you so much for your time. And students, go ahead and go to Cats Cupboard when you can.
Hope
Emma,
to see you there.
Emma, back to you.
Weather is up next. Temperatures have taken a dip, but how long will it last? Plus, on how you can get ahead of your spring planting this year with advice from a local nursery. That's next.
excited about playing this game. He was excited all week long.
At the wall is Dank. It is gone. It's a grand slam.
Whatever you do, don't drop it. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Together, we represent a diverse and eclectic population.
Together, we believe that diversity, inclusion, and sportsmanship are expectations.
Together, we promote a welcoming and positive environment for all student athletes, coaches, and visitors.
Together, we treat all people with respect and dignity.
No matter their color, creed, gender, ethnicity, or sexual identity.
Together, we are an empowered family, the empowered family.
Family, diverse and together.
Stronger together.
In a time of evolution, it is our time to elevate and carve our place atop in a new era. An era where championship expectations collide with championship support. We all must come together, fighting, ever fighting for the purple and the white. Times may change, but generation after generation, the support of K-Staters never wavers. K-State fans, are you ready to be a part of powering K-State athletic excellence in a new era?
It's going to be sunny skies, but will we get back to our spring-like temperatures? Megan Stubbings is here with a look at the weather. Megan?
Thanks, Emma. The first day of spring is still a couple weeks away, but it's not too early to start planning for your garden or lawn. If you're planning some home gardening projects, right now is a good time to pick up some compost and mulch, tools and accessories you need to create a perfect landscape. Katie Reneker, the store manager at Blueville Nursery, says it's the perfect time to start planting your starter buds.
So earlier in the season, like right now, we're thinking about the lettuces, the spinach, broccoli. As far as the lawn, March, people start thinking about crabgrass preventers to stay ahead of it, but the K-State Vegetable Garden Calendar will spell all that out.
The national temperatures in the east, they're a little bit cooler. Down in Florida, it's a little bit warmer, probably a little bit humid. In the west, again, a little bit warmer. Kind of getting a little bit cooler as you move towards the Midwest. The Kansas temperatures are a little bit cooler than they were last week as the temperature is dropping. Over here in the west, you can see that they're a little bit cooler. As you move towards the east, they're getting warmer. It's also going to be a little bit warmer this weekend as we move into the weekend weather. The 24-hour we have this evening, it's going to be around 44 degrees, a little bit cloudy. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be cloudy and a little bit 40 degrees. Friday afternoon, it's going to get a little bit warmer and sunny. It's going to be humid, a little bit of wind. The weekend forecast is going to be a little bit warmer as we move into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This weekend is going to be perfect for Fake Patty's Day on Saturday. And on Sunday, it's also going to get pretty warm. It's going to dip down a little bit moving into Monday. That's it for weather. Back to you, Emma.
Sports is next. We'll see how the men's basketball team is making a comeback from the recent games that ended with overtime wins. Plus, the early spring weather in Manhattan locals have taken the opportunity to get out and train for some spring and weather sports. That's next.
Together, we represent a diverse and eclectic population.
Together, we believe that diversity, inclusion, and sportsmanship are expectations.
Together, we promote a welcoming and positive environment for all student athletes, coaches, and visitors.
Together, we treat all people with respect and dignity.
No matter their color, creed, gender, ethnicity, or sexual identity.
Together, we are an empowered family, the empowered family.
Family, diverse and together.
Stronger together.
So within industrial engineering, you can actually start your master's degree a year early and start taking those classes your senior year. And then after you go through those upper level courses, you only really have a year left and you would come out with your bachelor's and master's degree, which is something I have been considering just because, it's one extra year and I do love K-State, so it's like, win-win. But that's a perk with being an industrial engineer. You're able to get your master's degree in just one extra year.
K-State will run the option. Here's Skylar Thompson. He walks it in! Walks it in front of Antonio Gordon. Here's the shot of the step. And it is Kansas State, courtesy of Brent Carlson. Side of the box, crossing, wide open, the shot.
Thompson right away. That ball is gone.
She gets the ball back, goes up strong, scores, and one.
Yeah, so the first third of the runway.
Deviations left of course approved. Bobcat 1-2, proceed when able.
Are the men's basketball team making a comeback with their past 2 overtime wins? Sports reporter Austin Schultz joins us with more.
After plenty of struggles this season, the men's basketball team has broken a record in pursuit of a tournament bid.
Monday night's game against West Virginia was a nail-biter that featured the Wildcats almost squandering a 22-point lead at home before pulling it all together late in the game. Although this season has not lived up to many fans' expectations, there is a silver lining to what is now a record-breaking season. Jerome Tang and the men's basketball team are now 17-11 overall and 7-8 in conference play. Although that may not look amazing, 7 of those wins have been in overtime. Following Monday's 94-90-point overtime win against West Virginia, Tang and the men's team now hold the NCAA record for most overtime wins in a season. Coach Tang credits the team's early season conditioning as a major factor in breaking the record.
It's just one overtime, just like it's one game. And, we did Shark Week so that we can play as many extra 5 minutes as a put up on the clock.
Notable overtime wins this season came against number 15 Baylor and number 7 Kansas. The Wildcats go on the road for a 2-game stretch before finishing strong at home versus Iowa State on March 9th. From Manhattan, Austin Schultz, Channel 8.
The men's basketball team is back in action this Saturday at Cincinnati before heading to Lawrence on Tuesday. Recreational sports are changing environments as Manhattan starts to heat back up. Channel 8's Summer Sperkey has the story.
Manhattan is heating up after a cold winter, and residents are taking advantage. With highs in the 70s and lows in the possible 30s, families, residents, and even their pet goats can be seen walking and enjoying the nature. The weather also allows for more intensive recreational sports to take place. Manhattan resident Ava Keller is currently training for a half marathon that commences in April.
I love running, and the weather it's been so great. It feels really good out, especially today. So it's been nice that the weather has gotten warm again.
Residents can be seen all over Manhattan engaging in recreational activities. Some of these residents believe that these recreational activities can help with their overall physical health.
I ride my bike to get to school, work, home, and to help build up my muscles back in my knees. I'm hoping to also try to go to a gym to work out so that I can also build up my muscles in my knees even more. I'm planning on hopefully trying to do this more recreational and just having to use it for big time purposes.
Whether it's training for a marathon or working on personal health, the weather has been assisting and supporting the community's personal goals. In Manhattan, Summer Sperkey, Channel 8 News.
Well, that's all the time we have for sports. Emma, back to you.
Coming up, a final check on the weather. Will we be seeing spring-like temperatures for our weekend? Plus, at the Bottle Up the Bot Showdown from earlier this week. That's next.
Shot over the goalkeeper.
so excited about playing this game. He was excited all week long.
At the wall is Dang. It is gone. It's a grand slam.
Together, we represent a diverse and eclectic population.
Together, we believe that diversity, inclusion, and sportsmanship are expectations.
Together, we promote a welcoming and positive environment for all student athletes, coaches, and visitors.
Together, we treat all people with respect and dignity.
No matter their color, creed, gender, ethnicity, or sexual identity.
Together, we are an empowered family, the Empowers family.
Family, diverse and together.
Stronger together.
Yeah, so the first third of the runway.
Deviations left of course approved. Bobcat 1-2, proceed when able.
The second annual Battle at the Little Apple took place this past weekend. K-State's Robotics Club hosted the event in the engineering building where members of the club split into groups and showed off their very own custom-made robots. Protected behind a plexiglass encasement, the groups remotely controlled their robots and battled to the death.
There's people from a lot of majors. There's biomedical engineers, there are electrical engineers, there are mechanical engineers. So they kind of like all come together and think about a robot for a battle. And that's the one that they work on.
Well, the bots aren't the only thing that has been heating up this weekend. Megan joins us with another look of the weather. Megan?
Here's another look at our weekend weather. It's going to be a little bit warmer on Saturday and Sunday. Stay safe out there during Fake Patty's Day. It's also going to be a little bit windy. It's going to be a great weekend. Back to you, Emma.
That's all the time we have here at Channel 8 News today. We'll see you back here again after spring break for more news and information from the Manhattan area. Have a great day.
This is Channel 8 News.